Alright, this video here is going to be on the Taurus, little Taurus PT-22. Right there, I think you can see that PT-22 by Taurus. There we go. And it actually says made in the USA. And again, it says Miami, Florida. This one here has a polymer frame. It's got metal infused inside of the polymer, so it's kind of blended together. I'm not sure really how that goes. ATI, I think, is the company, or anyways, one of the AR-15, they do the same thing with their lowers and possibly uppers. Omni, it's called Omni anyways. But it's a PT-22, 22 caliber pistol. This is actually an almost identical copy to the Beretta 21A Bobcat. And Beretta 21A, I think they actually got licensed to go ahead and pretty much copy that gun. This gun here is about $220 out the door. I paid about $250. That's with your background check, taxes, and everything. It's got a metal trigger. It's got a little, this ain't actually a safety, it looks like it's a safety, but what it does is it lifts your barrel. So you push that forward, that lever, your barrel lifts up, put it around in there, it kind of primes, it primes your gun. It's also got a slide. It's very hard to work the slide, by the way. I'll put that, I could actually, let's see here, can't pull it back now. But let me go ahead and tell you that when you put the barrel down, it's much easier if you pull the lever forward, put the barrel down, let go, it's locked. The slide is a little difficult to pull it back here. Oh, you can't do it without the, alright, so you can't do this, you can't do the slide at all without the magazine in the gun. So, I don't know if that's a safety feature or whatever, but there it is. The magazine fits pretty good, almost no slop whatsoever. It does have a safety on it, which I really like that. That's the biggest reason I bought the gun. It has a safety. For concealed carry, most people do not like a safety. Well, I do like one, but I understand the reason not to like one, which is why they have such a long trigger. This does too. I can leave it on fire, but anyways, so it's unsafe right now. I don't want to accidentally discharge in your pocket, let's say, if you was to carry it that way. But anyways, so whether you like it, whether you don't, if you want one with a safety, this gun actually has a safety right there. So, and there's the button to put your magazine release. Pretty easy to get to. Again, there's the lever to pull the barrel forward and load it. So you're going to prime it. So now that it's loaded with the magazine, I'll show you again. I'll show you how hard the slide is. So it's pretty hard. Now the round is feeding very nicely. I had Federal hollow points. They did not want to go up this feed ramp at all. This one went straight up the feed ramp, no problem. Go ahead and take the, I got the safety on, but I'm going to go ahead and take the magazine out, put one more round in here, and this is a CCI jacketed hollow point 22 Mini Mag, 1260 feet per second, 36 grains. Now these ones here, I've had zero feeding problems, zero misfires, no stove piping, no nothing. So I'm going to go ahead and put these ear protections in. I know these are just Bluetooth, but they actually work pretty good for what I'm doing right here. Alright, so muscle memory should tell you when you pull the gun up. You'll learn when you practice. You need to practice with your gun. No matter what, practice with your gun. Save some money, don't go out to eat, don't get that Starbucks, whatever. Get you some ammo instead. Get out here and practice with your gun so you become proficient with it. Go ahead and put it on fire. And there you go. Should have fired all the rounds. CCI Mini Mags work flawlessly in this Taurus PT-22. again, Mini Mags work great. The other bullets that work great are Aguila. These are made in Mexico. 40 grain soft point, round nose, no, these are jacketed actually. Also, so they're copper jacketed. Now it seems to be somewhat important in one brand, and that brand is going to be Winchester. The Winchester target and plinking rounds that I have that are not copper coated, every round misfires pretty much. The ones that are for game, this is small game, target, plinking, that is copper coated, they work okay, but I would not want to use this for any type of self-defense whatsoever. I'm only going to shoot the Aguilas or the CCIs only. That's the only ones that I trust. And here's the gun. I'll go ahead and set this down here and load the magazine with these Aguilas. The magazine's not the easiest thing to load. What I do is take my thumbnail, push down on this rivet right here on this side, and hold it down, and it loads fairly easy that way. And slide them in there. And these again, they work flawless. So you can get magazines for this gun. I've seen one review on YouTube that said that that they had problems with the aftermarket magazine or second magazine that they bought, but they didn't have problems with the factory magazine. Anyways, it goes in there very good. It's pretty tight, not loose. One guy has another fix on his. His was not the polymer frame. He put an O-ring on the bottom. This one here, you cannot do that. It's too tight. You could not possibly put an O-ring in there. I tried it. This also comes with a little, I don't know what it is, kind of a key to lock the gun. It's got a gun lock with a key that comes in the box from Taurus. Great idea. I like that idea. You don't have to have a cable lock. You can use that, especially if you're going, I don't know, if you're out and you don't want to carry your gun, you want to leave it someplace, you can lock your gun so a kid can't get to your gun. It's a hard trigger pull, but still, you want it to be as safe as possible. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and, like I showed you before, I'm going to push this lever to kind of make it a little easier to close it. And we're ready. It's hot. And here we go. And this is, again, with the Aguila. Now, for some reason, I'm going to have to play this back. It sounded like it double fired. I don't know. And if there's any way to slow that down to see, I would like to do that. But it sounded like the last shot, I don't know. That was very odd. Anyways, so we'll see with the technology of video if I can slow that down and see what just happened. But it sounded to me like it double shot there at the end, because I did hold the trigger back. I held it back like I didn't go forward enough. I don't know, but it sure sounded like it to me. But see, if you notice, when you fire it, after it's been racked, the hammer doesn't keep going back all the way like that. So let's see if that works. Okay, that was with the barrel up. Yeah, so it does every time. Guess that makes it a double action. Anyways, that was kind of odd. So the Aguilas and the CCIs, now just so I can show you how some of this ammo does not properly feed, it does not work properly. I'm going to use these Winchester Wildcats, non-jacketed, round nose, 1255 feet per second, 40 grain. I'm just going to put 3 in here because I already know that it's going to misfeed. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Load it. Open the barrel. Prime it. Again, I could use a slide if I wanted to, but this is the best way. This is the way they recommend. So I'm going to go ahead, and now this time I'm not going to put the lever down. I'm going to go ahead and just show you. It's a little more difficult that way, but it is doable. So anyways, go ahead and shoot this here and see if this works. Usually it misfires every round, so let's try it. Now it did. So shot 2, that's the first time it done that. Let's see here. There's a round in the chamber that is fired. You're supposed to wait 30 seconds, by the way, before you check that. I should have waited 30 seconds. I do apologize. That was this happened so many times. It's kind of hard to wait, but you should be patient. Wait 30 seconds. Actually, count 30 seconds out before you open the chamber, in case it would have went off. Because I didn't know if it was just a simple misfire of the round or if it did what it did. But every time so far, it actually left the round in, or it would eject the round. It would be an empty barrel. So, but on safety's sake, you should always wait 30 seconds. Anyways, so now there's still another, at least one more round in here. So I'm going to go ahead and rack the slide. There's the round. Let go. It chambers only with round nose. I would not do that with a hollow point. I don't prefer hollow points. Okay. Now, because I really don't know if this has another round, let's go ahead and check it and see. It does. So I'm going to go ahead and wait the 30 seconds this time. And we're counting it down. Almost 30 seconds. I think it's been probably 30 seconds. So let's go ahead and check it. Again, the empty cartridge is inside the chamber. So anyways, only these bullets. Okay, let's try it again. I have to rack the slide, and it's going to feed correctly. Wonderful, because the Federals I have are even worse than these. Let's go ahead and try it again. Okay, now I know it's empty. Alright, so let's see. It did not, again, it didn't even eject the shell. So let's go ahead and try these. Now this here is Federals. I got to make this video quick. This here is Federal 36 grain, 22 long rifle. What is the speed on this here? 1260 feet per second. Jacketed hollow point. Not my favorite. I'm just going to put a few in here. Every single time, these will not properly feed at all. So what we're going to do is take the, maybe you could lay that down. Again, to load the magazine, I'm going to go ahead and use my thumbnail. Push this down. There's some hummingbirds. I like hummingbirds, and actually they're not really afraid of these guns. And I'm going to put 3 in here. I'm going to actually put 4 in here. You can put 8, by the way. It does take 8, and then 1 in the chamber, which makes it 9-shot. But for sake of time, there we go. Prime your chamber or your barrel. Close it. It's on fire already. Right, here we go. And now there's a hummingbird. Let's see if it's gone. It is. So let me take these rounds while the hummingbird's gone. I did see it, the round go. So empty chamber, did not fire. Now this one here may. Oh, it did. Okay, I don't really like doing that with these hollow points, but let's go ahead. Every time. Again, it's chambered again. So far it's feeding correctly. Before it didn't do that. So I don't know what the deal is. But of course the gun's in break-in period anyways. Now you see right here it's stovepiped. You always know if the trigger's back all the way that something's wrong. So this one here is stovepiped. And the magazine's empty. And let's go ahead and look here. Okay, so you've seen that. Now normally it stovepipes or misfeeds every single time. This time wasn't that bad. But anyways, this gun does not run these at all. The Aguilas, every single time. We'll do it again. And now the CCIs, same thing. CCIs are a little more expensive, actually a lot more expensive. I personally paid $12 for this box of 100. It's probably higher than most places. I bought it kind of at a pawn shop that had it for sale. So it's, you know, not the same as the other ones. This one here, these came from a company called Rural King. Hard for me to say that. Let's go ahead and put these Aguilas in here again. because they will fire every single time. And this is what I'll be buying from now on, CCI Mini Mags or Aguilas, because those I trust, and only those do I trust. They have never misfired yet. So if I'm gonna use this for a carry gun, or if I'm, and believe me, there's other things besides people that are that can put your life in danger. Here, where I live, there's black bears. They have coyotes that are huge. They're huge. You got bobcats, and these are giant bobcats. They're bigger than you could even imagine. They've got some in La Follette, Tennessee, that's in a hunting store that is just giant. They're bigger than a lynx, actually, that I've seen up in Michigan. But anyways, and they also have mountain lions here. So let me go ahead and charge the gun. There we go. Again, this is Aguila, and this is 40 grain, round nose, jacketed, 1255 feet per second. And this is what I'll be shooting in this gun all the time, unless I use the CCIs. If I want a hollow point, if I need a hollow point for some reason, I'll buy the CCI Mini Mags only. So here we go. Let's go. Oh, got it on safe, or got it on safe. Let me go ahead and push that down. Now this time I'm not going to shoot so fast. I'm going to give it time to, if it's going to have a problem, it's going to have a problem shooting this way. Oh, I shot the bottle. Okay, so I've seen each shell eject, so there you go. Never had a problem with the Aguila. So if you've got a Taurus PT-22, consider Aguila shells. These are the ones. They're made in Mexico. If you want a little heavier bullet, which I like the heaviness of it, these are a really good choice. But if you like a little bit lighter, and it must be a hollow point, 22 long rifle hollow point Mini Mags, 36 grain, 1260 feet per second. You cannot use hypervelocity on this gun. The manufacturer asks you not to do this. Like the CCI Stingers, do not use the Stingers. This is 32 grains and 1640 feet per second. Entirely too fast. They do not want you shooting that in this gun. So you have to be under 1400 feet per second. These are just fine. So anyways, again, the Aguilas or the CCI Mini Mags, if you like hollow points. That's what I recommend. Try that in your gun. Don't be so disappointed. I was completely disappointed in this gun when I first bought it, because I thought, well, this is ridiculous. And so I was going to send it back to Taurus. I went on YouTube and I looked for some fixes. One guy polished the feed ramp on the barrel here. I haven't done that, but I could. Another person took and put an O-ring around the bottom of the magazine here. That was with the metal framed, the older version. This one here, it's way too tight. You can't fit one. I tried it. I've got some O-rings and tried it. I couldn't even close it with that on there. So anyway, so that didn't work, so I was kind of in a dilemma. I was going to send it back to manufacturer. I decided, listening to other people's advice, to try different types of rounds from different manufacturers, and I did. Again, the ones that I don't like is the CCI standard velocity. These are non-jacketed. Those did not perform well. I got occasional misfires. The Winchester Wildcat non-jacketed planking, or target and planking, they were the next worst besides the Federals. So those didn't work. These are also round nose. Those didn't work. I had a lot of issues with those. The copper coated for hunting, for small game, target and plinking, I had occasional misfires with those also, and they are also round nose. And all these are 40 grain and 1255 feet per second. And then the worst